Well, now I want to turn to Hi-Rail Modeling, and the sponsor for that is Millhouse River Studios.
Millhouse River Studio builds model train working accessories that are made to last generations. Millhouse River products are built out of aluminum and have scale brass details that even the most demanding scale modeler will appreciate. Since our industry entry in 2009 with the introduction of our flagship turntable, Millhouse River has continued to add new, innovative products, like our scale transfer table, rotary coal dumper, flood coaling tower and, most recently, a working conveyor that transports coal from the dumper to the loader. All of Millhouse River Studio's stunningly realistic products are currently available in O scale. We are adding new scales on some products, including the upcoming release of an HO scale turntable featuring our aluminum construction and stunning brass details that is big enough to handle a big boy locomotive. When it comes to your layout, don't settle for less, get Millhouse River Studio.
And normally the host for this segment is Dennis Brennan, but Dennis is out of the country. He's in Ireland for a while, and he asked Paul Reeves to fill in for him tonight. And I'm so pleased that Paul agreed to do it. And I think you'll really enjoy what Paul has to say. So Paul, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. I'm not sure that I can make up and become Dennis Brennan, but I'll do my best. I have known Dennis for a long time. We go really way back. I got into this hobby, ironically, after I saw an article in Classic Toy Trains around 1989 or 1990 involving a 3-rail, high-rail layout that I thought was the most realistic thing I had seen in O-gauge at the time. So it started a little bit of a fire and a goal to have a layout at some point that would pass inspection from those who put a lot of stock in the things looking real and being a realistic presentation of different scenes. So I also own a O-scale kit company that is really, I got that from Jeff Grove at Carolina Craftsman Kits. I purchased the O-scale version of that, and I've had a really good time. But boy, did I start behind the 8 ball. I didn't really have any experience with kits and building. I had experience building them, but not preparing them for kit building. And so far, it's been a good ride, though. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about that in just a minute. But one of the things I wanted to show you, if I can share my screen here, I was trying to find a way to display the kits that I have for sale. So I took some 2-inch blue foam, painted it a flat back. The things you see here is basically just pieces of shingle, roofing shingle, that I used a rattle can to paint. I used a white rattle can paint, and it turned out to be a nice secondary road here. And so that was to start this diorama. And let's see. Now I need to get out of it. So what happened after this is I made a bed and covered this with a, oh, sorry. This is the shingle. As you can see, I took a little thing to cut the blue foam, made a little bit of a ditch here to show it. I've never seen a layout with ditches, so I thought I'd put ditches in there. And this was sort of the format. This is just, this is dirt. There is some.
You need to share screen.
Okay, sorry. And, all right, can you see that?
No.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Again, this is the shingle. This is just dirt. I covered the blue foam with Elmer's white glue, put on dirt, trash, whatever else to do that. And then this became, and I'm just showing this to you because while, you know, I guess I deal in 3-rail as far as my own taste. This scene would be appropriate for scale. It'd be appropriate for 3-rail. It'd be appropriate for narrow gauge. And it was not, it took maybe an afternoon to do this. And so I just want to encourage you to maybe not discount high rail until you can consider that how it looks in this particular scene right here. So the next thing that I wanted to show was this scene. And all right, one of the kits that I put out is called a Mel Pouch Barn. It's a very simple kit to put together. You can, it's basically just got 4 walls. There's also a shed in the back. But one thing I wanted to share with you was most barns that I see around where I'm in South Carolina, most of them are old and dilapidated. But what I did to get this coloring was I mixed a couple of shades of hunter stain and just painted it with a brush. And it came out unique, but it looks, in my opinion, looks weathered. And that kit took 2 evenings to do, including the painting. The roof is corrugated paper, and I used pan pastels to weather that and to give it an old look. On the back, which you can't see, I inserted some tar paper over where the metal had failed, and it turned out to be a really nice model. There is now, I don't have a photograph, there's a fence line going on here using Woodland Scenics barbed wire fencing, and it turned out really, really well. And this kit, again, very simple. There's bracing on the inside. The rafters are glued on, just 2x6 scale, 2x6. And again, it took 2 nights or 2 evenings to finish up that model. The next thing I wanted to show you is this is Miller Brothers lumber. And this is a kit that is, again, it looks challenging, but in essence, what this is these are piece by piece lumber that's glued onto a mat board that's been cut for the windows and doors. And basically this consisted of me taking the wood strips, and I'm gonna confess to you, the wood strips are coffee stirrers that I got on the internet, a lot cheaper than scale lumber. They turned out to be about a 2x10 or 2x8 by scale. So these were, again, soaked in various shades of hunter stains. By the way, I use hunter stains. There's some really other good products out there that give a nice result. And then after I dried them, I mixed them all up and just pulled them randomly to give the different colors here. This turned out to be, it worked out well. As you can see, though, I did not paint the 2x4s on the roof to keep the rolled roofing down. So I'll have to work on that. But this is another shot of the same building. Again, this has sort of a two level presentation if you want to build it that way. Got a loading dock here in the back, and a crappy sign that says the office is in the front. That's the other side view. This is corrugated paper that I spray painted with black, flat black. Then I spray painted it with stainless steel, and then went over it with some weathering pan pastels. And you know, there's one thing I have found. I used to be so afraid of weathering things, but I mean, it's really hard to screw up something that's out in nature. I have found that you cannot use the color purple anywhere. I don't see that in nature. So those are, and I've got some other photographs of this. Another thing, that the narrow gauge convention is next week. So I think in honor of that, I was going to show to you this picture. And let's This is a critter shed. This kit has an interior structure, 2x4s, for the interior bracing. The floor is a solid floor, but you can cut the floor to run the tracks all the way in. This display didn't show that, but this is would fit a narrow gauge engine or locomotive, and probably not the entire locomotive. The tender would be out the back, which I think sometimes is prototypical anyway. And so that's the critter shed we have. One of the things that I have been excited about is McCormick, South Carolina is on the border with Georgia. And I was going through there one day on the way to Atlanta, and there is a building called the McCormick Flour Company, later named the Dorn Mill. And Cyrus McCormick bought the land for this particular building, and the Dorn family built a flour mill there. Originally it was cottonseed oil, and now it is a mill. And this is the first kit that I did on my own. I took photographs of the prototype, condensed it down so I could manage it. And it went together beautifully, and I'm really pleased with this. Let me get back to where that is, and I'll show you some other photographs. This building looks really complex. This is a side view. This is the rear of the building, and you're looking on the right side. This all goes together though by tab and slot. If you follow the instructions, each wall is constructed beginning with the front, left wall, back wall, right wall. And then after you come together those walls, the tower holding the water tank goes in last, but it all fits together very easily. And it looks very complicated, but it's not. But the brickwork on this, by the way, I didn't cut it, someone else did, is really good. And when I first found the prototype, this tower right here was there, but there was nothing on top of it. I couldn't figure out why the tower was there. And then I found a photograph from 1904 showing the tank on the side of the building where it had fallen off. I'm sorry, 1954, where the tank had fallen off. And then I found out why the tower was there. Really an intricate design. Another view of the side. And I used Robert's mortar to put in the brickwork grooves. This is India ink stain. The metal roof is again pan pastels. I think this is a corrugated one-piece roof. I don't think that was probably prototypical, but this was the pilot model. So this is about 14 inches by about 9 inches. So it's a pretty big model. And again, you can also build this model on 2 levels if you choose to. So this is called the Dorn Mill, and I've had some interest in this. I think though one of the challenges facing O-scalers and O-gaugers, high railers, is space and size, and we try to be cognizant of that. But most of Jeff's kits that I purchased were wooden kits. I've been trying to branch out and do more of a brick facade kind of a show for the kids. So I want to show you some high railer, if I can find it here. Let's see.
Oh, I hate to say this, but we've got a few more minutes.
Okay. Well, let me, I'll close with this. The draw for me for high railing was I had a lot of 3-rail track on hand, so I didn't want to change over. But I found that if you take a little bit of time, create the scene that you're looking for, then you can make it look realistic. And in some, I've read this before, and I don't know that I really believe it, but if the scene looks right, you won't even notice the 3rd rail. I guess that's easier for us 3rd railers to say that, but I've really enjoyed that, and I appreciate the opportunity to come on this show and share some of my things. There's some really good modelers on here. There's also some excellent kit companies and some other companies providing services, and I really feel very privileged to be here, and I appreciate your attention, and I'll answer any questions if you have any.
Paul, Larry McDonald here. Can you put your company name that up in the chat?
I will. I sure will. Thank you.
Thank you.
And maybe your website and telephone number and personal home address and
I'll give you my tax ID number for some help on that too. So,
anybody have any more questions for Paul? Paul, I hope you'll come back often.
thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. I really appreciate the time and attention. Thank you.
Thank you so much.